video review of something that I had in my collection and sold, and had in my collection and then sold again. Finally picked up again. Actually, no, maybe I did only have him once. Maybe this is only my second one. But this is Beast Wars' second Galvatron. It was a Japanese show that was like, it was a cell animated, their version of Beast Wars. They actually got Beast Wars second before they got, I think, the American or Canadian Beast Wars / Beasties CGI series over there. They also did Beast Wars Neo. Lio Convoy was the Cybertron leader, the good guy leader. In Beast Wars second, Galvatron was the bad guy leader. And in Neo, it was Big Convoy and Magmatron. But so here he is, Galvatron. He was a dragon. He was a man. He was a dragon man. Yeah, he's a big purple dragon here with some big shoulder pads. That's because... and his head forms a drill in his drill tank configuration. And unfortunately, that leaves this not really locking into place. So it's possible to knock him sideways. His neck is fully articulated, so you don't really need that to turn his head. He's got articulation at each of his neck joints. As this little piece can flip forward. He's got a neck joint right up at his head, and his mouth does open and close here. He's got articulation here at his arms a little bit, and his feet. You can bring the knees down. He's got machine gun knees, because, of course, why not? He's got some wings back here that you can kind of flap them, but not a lot. They move a little bit. That's mostly for the claw weapon that we'll see later on. He also has some little spikes on his tail that are missiles. They spring out. There's a little latch right here that fires the missiles. So yeah, there he is in dragon mode. He's kind of a pinkish purple and dark purple, and you see the colors gold dragon. Now I've heard, when I posted pictures of this, having gotten it the other day on Twitter, people said to be careful of these drill bits. Apparently they can break down here because they come unattached in the package. I never had any problems with my original one, and I haven't had any problems with this one so far. I am being more careful with this one now that people have pointed that out. But so just a word of note: if you get this, be careful when attaching or removing these. Although once you have them attached, unless you're putting them back in the box, you shouldn't have a reason to remove these drill bits. So yeah, but there he is in dragon mode. Like I said, he has a drill tank mode. And to start that off, we just flip this, close his mouth, tilt his head forward, and flip that drill piece on the tip of his head all the way forward. And then these pieces, they rotate right here on the purple. Might help if you go this way. Move it so his arms don't catch on it. But you rotate the drill around and then close it around his dragon head. Just like this, and it'll all snap and lock together. There's even a little peg on the side of the dragon neck right there that will peg into the drill piece as well. So it all locks together pretty securely. And you can have him just be a gear tank walker or walking drill tank if you want. Bring his arms forward, flip his legs forward, flip his knees forward a little bit. He can be a walking drill tank if you choose. These come back. Unpeg these hip joints here. Flip this down. Pull these black joints all the way down and around. Clip them together, and then clip the little crotch plate onto the front of them. That locks that whole assembly together. The legs rotate out like this. You fold the feet up into the leg like that. These little wheel platforms fold around to the outside, and then this comes in. There's a little peg right here that this pegs onto the bottom of the tank mode. Before you do that, you want to bring, I guess, can you get them around? No, you want to bring it. Unpeg that, flip the arm around. The arms just kind of tuck back here like this. Come on. There we go. Maybe like that? Or maybe there we go. There's flip up onto the wings like that. I knew they stored somewhere under there. Yeah, bring the leg up, peg it in, and do the same on this side. Rotate it up, close the leg, flip the panel down and around, straighten out the machine gun. I'll bring the arm up. Back under the ring. Oh, well, that does come off, so we'll pick that up in just a second. Here you've essentially got the gist of the drill. And then the wing piece that popped off, just snap that. It clips on back here. Come on. Helps if you get that peg piece lined up right. Yep, too far. There we go. Snap it on like that. And then these pieces fold down to the side. And that is essentially right there is his drill tank mode. He's kind of got the arching back. Tank mode, machine guns on the front. And this little button right here, you saw it when the neck spins, makes the drill spin. So that's all there is to that. He's a drill tank. So he was kind of doing Japanese transmetals before the Japanese got the transmetals, because he's got the vehicle mode, the dragon mode, and the robot mode, which we'll get to now. Now this piece, again, for robot mode, you can go ahead and pop this piece off. This opens up. You see there's a peg here on the bottom, and then these wings open up like that. Okay, here we go. This. It'd be kind of like a giant capture claw weapon for Galvatron to use. You don't have to use it like this, but this is one of the official weapon modes, so I figured I should show it off. Chompy chompy. For the rest of the robot, you can come back here. Since you've already got, when you move these down to configure this piece for the tank, you formed his robot mode crotch right here. So you bring these down, just unpeg the legs, bring them down like this, fold the tank tread back up, fold the missile launcher, not missile launcher, machine gun down, and then this gold part of the foot flips up like that, and then the red foot flips up into it like that. You can actually just push the red part of the foot up as well. Fold this back out, machine gun down, and you just hold that in place and flip the foot up. It'll work just as well. But straighten out his legs, come back here, fold the arms kind of down around here, and then the tail splits in half. So you split the tail in half like that, rotate it up onto the body like this, clip it into place, at which point you can flip its robot head up and out. It won't go all the way until you move this piece out of the way. You gotta fold that down, get this tab out of the way here, flip his head all the way up, and then close his chest plate, and then rotate, get these arms out of the way, rotate his waist around, just like that. And then the arms, rotate them so that red is on the front, bring them down, rotate them so the elbow comes forward, and then fold the tail piece along to the back of his arm. And there he is in robot mode. Now this tail piece, or the drill piece actually, you can leave these sitting up here, but I like to fold them down. It sticks out kind of at an angle on his back. And it does help support him a little bit. He can be back heavy, depending on how much stuff you put on him. But it has the ability to fold straight down, but when you do that, the tip of the drill kind of holds his heels up a little bit. What I like to do is I like to just come back here and split this a little bit, just enough that you can flip this drill bit up into there. And then you can fold that all the way down flat and have him stand. Maybe you want to have the drill facing the other way, just so you don't have that big black piece sticking up between his legs, because it's a little lewd. So there he is in robot mode. He's got like a shiny marble here in his chest, which is pretty cool. He doesn't have a spark crystal like the Transmetal 2s did, but he does kind of have a spark crystal as a marble. His head is actually a bigger bucket head than I remember. It's bigger in proportion to the rest of his body. He can hold the claw weapon, just like this, and use it to attack his foes, if you so choose. But I always felt that this was a little bit unwieldy, because the little missiles here also function as axes. You can hold the axes in his hand, and then you don't have quite as much of a big wing coming off the side of his arm. There's still a little bit of this purple coming back, but it's not quite as obnoxious if you take these missiles out and put them in his hands as axes. And if you do that, and especially if you folded this this piece all the way up against his back, you can take this, you can fold this back up into the wing configuration and fold it down on the hinges here. And you can reattach it on this clip right here onto his back. And again, it kind of bulks up his backpack a little bit. Oh, maybe we want to go the other way with that. but it kind of looks more like a cape. You know, he's a royal leader of the Decepticons. He's Galvatron. He's been coronated. I guess that was really Starscream was getting coronated. You can have that on his back. It does make him more back heavy. Come on. You can store it back there as well. Ah, come on. I had him standing up. And unfortunately, this was true on my original as well, this clip is not the sturdiest clip. Maybe want to flip this down just to help support him. Well, maybe not all the way down, but help support him there in the back. So yeah, but there he is in robot mode. He's not a perfect toy, but I do like him. I love the shiny marble on his chest. I don't know why that was what sold hit me on him originally. I think was that I was like, oh, cool, he's got a shiny marble in his chest. Why is that important? I do not know, but that was one of the things that drew me to him back in the day. And here he is with Lio Convoy, who is, as you can see, much taller. He's actually scaled a little better. I think he looks better fighting Big Convoy, because Big Convoy is actually, despite like his massive bulk, he's actually a little shorter than Lio Convoy, and they look a little better matched. But yeah, so there are your Beast Wars 2 leaders, or Beast Wars 2nd, however you want to pronounce it. And all that. He's a pretty cool little bot. Like I said, he suffers a little bit from the triple changing. I feel like maybe they could have made the wings a little more effective, both in dragon mode and as the backpack here. And the drill tank, I would have liked to have seen. I think for Galvatron, I would have liked to have seen a more cohesive dragon and a cool robot, and maybe not so much the drill tank. The drill tank's fun. I like that you can push the button and spin his nose, but that was always my one complaint. I'm like, I would have rather seen two very cohesive, slightly less flawed beast and robot modes, and maybe dropped the tank mode. But I can't tell you how much better that toy is because they never made it. So yeah, there's something else I was about to say, and now I can't remember what it was. Something about drill tank. Oh, that's right. I wish there was some way that if they couldn't do that, at least maybe not have the drill be as huge, and maybe have the drill be able to become detached and sit on his arm like Galvatron's typical fusion cannon, like the big orange cannon he had on his arm. It's a minor nitpick there, because I really do. I like the basic design of this robot mode. I like. It's just a lot of this bulk here that I feel could have been done a little better. Again, we're talking about a toy from, geez, almost 20 years ago. Well, I guess, what, well, no, Beast Wars, yeah, so almost 20 years ago. So yeah, you can't nitpick too hard when it was 20 years ago. I could think of how they would do it now if they made him, and things that, some techniques they've used in toys that make him a little better. But oh well. Articulation-wise, he's got his head swivels side to side. He's got the elbows. He's shoulders, elbows. He has a bicep swivel up here. He has a wrist swivel. He's got universal hips. He does have a thigh swivel. He's got ratcheting knees, and the feet have a little bit of motion, but it's mostly to point down. It's mostly for transformation. He doesn't have any ankle tilt, and you're not going to get a whole lot of really dynamic action poses out of him, partly due to the back heaviness and partly due to the fact that his legs just can't move that way. But yeah, there it is, Beast Wars 2nd Galvatron.